Hello. Oh my gosh. It has been way longer than I thought it had been. If you saw my last video, then you know kind of what happened. Basically, shortly after I put up the September Snowball update, I ended up in the hospital in the middle of the night and I needed emergency surgery. So that kind of started a snowball in the opposite direction. I've had a hernia for a few years, but it was not emergent. The doctors were not concerned about it. It was something that I had planned on getting fixed, and I actually had an appointment like the following week with the surgeon to finalize the dates and plans and whatnot. But apparently I waited 1 week too late. Anyway, so we had planned on getting into storm cloud mode for that once we finalized the plans with the surgeon. I had planned on like doing a bunch of freezer cooking and all that kind of stuff because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to move. It's because it happened kind of overnight. There was a lot of spending that we weren't ready for. We didn't have time to save up for it. And then it kind of I think because we used our credit cards for those things, it kind of put us back in a bad mindset. Particularly me, because I don't know if you guys have ever recovered from a surgery where you really can't do anything, where you just kind of have to sit there. It can get depressing. I didn't get depressed, but because I really didn't do anything and I couldn't do anything and I didn't have my freezer meals ready to go, I ended up wanting to eat a lot of crap. I mean, my mom was here, so she was here to take care of me, and she was always, oh, let me make you some vegetable soup, let me blah blah blah, you know, like moms do. But I wasn't having it. I'm like, no, I want some burgers, no, I want some fries, no, I want some pizza, no. So I blew a lot of money on junk food, which was horrible for my finances and just absolutely atrocious for my health. And then after that, I had 2 completely unexpected trips that I had to take for legal stuff, like legal paperwork that you have to actually physically be there to sign, and that was not fun. And I definitely got out of the habit of doing meal planning so I could shop around the meal planning or do my shopping and plan around whatever's on sale, and it's just been bad, guys. Really, really bad. Yeah. So we may as well just get to it. I had to go back and look at the video to actually see what the last snowball that I posted was, because I had no clue. So it was $18,697.40 at the end of September, I believe. Whatever it was last year sometime. And now, at the end of April, we owe $30,000. Oh my God, $931.80, which means we rolled backwards. Oh God, 12,000. Dude, yeah, I can't even say this. Oh my God. Oh my God, you guys. We almost doubled where we were. That's insane. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Now, a little bit of that is tuition, which will get paid off as soon as my Pell Grant goes through and I get the refund from my school. But it's not $12,000 worth of tuition. Alright, so the last time I still had access to mytotalmoneymakeover.com. Their Snowball tracker. It had a debt-free date calculator, and with that 18,000 number and the interest rates, it calculated we would be out of debt April 2031. mytotalmoneymakeover.com got taken offline in October, I think. So I searched high and low, and I finally found another debt tracker that has that debt-free debt calculator thing, and it is Susie Orman's. Susie Orman's website also has a projected date. But the thing that is different, well, there's a lot of differences, but the main thing that is different between Dave Ramsey and Susie Orman's debt payoff method is that Dave Ramsey does the debt snowball, where you pay off the debt smallest to largest, regardless of interest rates and whatever. Susie Orman does the debt avalanche, I think that's what it's called, where you pay them off by interest. So even though now my current amount is 30, oh God, whatever thousand, almost twice as much as what I owed with the last time, my date is actually a couple of years sooner. It says June 2028 with that number that we are at now, and the interest rates that our debts are at right now. So that'll show you what a difference interest makes. I owe twice as much, and yet my payoff date is sooner. One thing this site also lacks, that the Total Money Makeover site lacked, is that there is no way to enter a promotional rate. Most of our debts right now are at 0% interest, but there's no way for me to enter that. So these dates are projected on what my actual APRs will be when the promotional 0% ends. My goal has always been to try and beat that date every month a little bit. I'm sorry, I just cannot believe how far we have fallen. Oh my gosh, it's awful. Absolutely awful. It really hurt to move our little family back. Last time we were getting close to getting through the money ball, and now we are now not even touching the money ball. So yeah, we fell back quite a few steps. Oh, very, very sad. So that's what's been happening. This horrible, horrible, horrible backslide. Oh, I am not going to want to post this. But I think it's important. I've seen a lot of people that were tracking their financial journeys, and I was following them, and they are nowhere to be found. A few have like completely taken down all their videos and everything. And it always makes me wonder if like they had some kind of a setback and it's embarrassing and they're afraid of getting hate and stuff. Like I'm sure I'll probably get negative comments, but this is real, you know, this really happened, and I'm mostly tracking for myself, but I'm sure that there are other people out there who expect the journey to be perfect, especially when you see other people just make that journey without any mistakes. And that's freaking awesome. And I wish that would have been us, but it's not. Some things were out of our control, like emergency surgery. And some things were just complete idiocy. It really is kind of like falling off the wagon, you know. You change your behaviors, you think you have changed your behaviors, but then certain things will happen and you fall back into old habits and old patterns. And we had just not made quite enough progress to not be susceptible to that. So now that I have faced the music and done the math and horrified myself, I'm hoping that we can get back on track because we have some changes coming up. Like, for example, oh, that's another thing that happened that I didn't even bring up. They raised our rent, like, from one month to the next. We think it was retaliatory because they didn't put one of our rent checks into their computer, so they kept thinking we were behind a month, but I kept all my receipts and everything in. The chick was not really happy. She had to eat crow when I showed her that actually I pay a month ahead. Anyway, the following month, we got a letter notifying us that our rent was going up 33%. And no, we are not on a lease, so they could do that. Yeah, we were paying $1,200 a month, and we are now paying $1,600 a month. That is almost, not quite, but almost one of my entire paychecks that is now going to rent, that was going to other stuff. So that didn't help. I totally forgot about that. But anyway, so we are going to move out of this house. But again, that costs money. So, and I'm a recovering hoarder. If you haven't seen any of that kind of stuff, so we are not move ready right now. We're aiming for the end of the year to move somewhere else. But anyway, I think I've rambled long enough. I am sorry. This kind of sucks. But I hope you guys have all been doing well, and we will see you next month.